Imagine risking your life to fight one of the largest wildfires in Washington state, only to be stopped and questioned by federal agents in the middle of the battle. This is exactly what happened recently, and it raises serious questions about priorities and policies in times of crisis. But here's where it gets controversial. The very people risking everything to protect communities were interrupted and some even arrested. Not for fighting the fire, but because of their immigration status. Since early July, the Gulch fire has been raging across nearly 9,000 acres in Washington, making it the largest wildfire the state has faced this season. Despite relentless efforts, officials report that the fire is only about 13% contained. The scale of the blaze is so immense that the state has had to bring in contract firefighters to help battle the flames. However, on a recent Wednesday, a group of these firefighters had their work abruptly halted for 3 hours when Border Patrol agents raided their camp. Video footage from the scene shows dozens of contract firefighters lined up and asked to present identification. Ultimately, 2 individuals were taken into custody because authorities believed they were in the country illegally. This incident highlights a fundamental truth. Our society is deeply interconnected. We rely on one another to survive and flourish, especially in emergencies. Yet the response from federal authorities seemed to overlook this reality. U.S. Customs and Border Protection told NBC News that the arrests were the result of a criminal investigation targeting 2 companies contracted to assist with firefighting efforts. Later, the Department of Homeland Security clarified on X, formerly Twitter, that the 2 men detained were not actually firefighters, but were performing support tasks such as cutting logs into firewood. They emphasized that the firefighting operations continued without interruption during the raid. Still, the human side of this story is striking. According to the Seattle Times, one firefighter expressed frustration that the agents forbade them from recording the raid. "You risked your life out here to save the community," the firefighter said. "This is how they treat us." Another firefighter shared that the detained crew members were not even allowed to say goodbye to their colleagues or families. When one firefighter asked if a detained man's family could say farewell, the response was a harsh order to leave immediately. What makes this situation even more unusual is that federal border agents rarely conduct arrests during active firefighting operations, especially in remote locations. This shift in enforcement comes after former President Donald Trump rescinded a Biden-era policy that had prohibited immigration enforcement at sensitive sites, including natural disaster zones. This incident also exposes a broader, deeply divisive narrative pushed by Trump and his supporters. The false choice between caring about America or caring about immigrants. This binary is not only misleading, but also harmful. We are all part of a shared community, with no clear-cut lines separating Americans from foreigners. We live side by side, depend on each other, and build our neighborhoods together. Yet the Trump camp insists on a stark division, arguing that to make America great again, the country needs aggressive federal officers patrolling streets, businesses, and even places like Home Depot parking lots, searching for people to detain. Now, this approach has extended to raiding firefighter camps amid one of the most significant wildfires in the American Northwest. It's a chilling thought. Some political leaders appear willing to let the country burn, literally, if it means maintaining control over the aftermath. Is this the kind of leadership we want when our communities are at risk? Chris Hayes hosts All In with Chris Hayes on MSNBC, airing at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Tuesday through Friday. He is also editor-at-large at The Nation and has held fellowships at Harvard University's Edmund J. Safra Foundation Center for Ethics and the New America Foundation. His latest book is The Siren's Call: How Attention Became the World's Most Endangered Resource. Penguin Press. Alison Detzel contributed to this report.